Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to our special time together. This is Parent Story Hour. Today, our district started our distance learning. So I have a back to school sign, and Megan's got her distance learning headphones on. She's going to take her Giraffematics course or whatever it is. Some of my family members asked me how it's going so far. I would say I got frustrated by 10 a.m. and cut my own hair, so I'd say good. It's going pretty good. Anyway, so today for our story, in honor of our first day of distance learning, I have Grover Goes to School. Because it kind of is like back to school since it's our first day of this. Today was the big day. It was the first day of school for Grover, and Grover was ready before the sun came up. So there he is, tying his shoes in the dark. The clock says 5. It's awfully early. I don't know what time school starts. He's got a lot of anxiety, clearly. His mother gave him a brand new pencil box, a new box of big crayons, a lunchbox full of jelly sandwiches, and a big hug and kiss goodbye. I will be the only one from Sesame Street, said Grover. What if nobody likes me? His mother smiled. Just be yourself, she said. You are very lovable. Now, I don't know what it is with the mothers in these books, but Grover's mother looks like she's maybe like 116. I mean, here's Grover on his first day of school. What, kindergarten maybe? And she looks pretty ripe. But Grover was not so sure. He walked slowly to school. I will try hard to make everyone like me, he said. At school, the teacher gave all the children a big hello. My name is Mr. Lester, he said, and what are your names? One by one, they said their names. Jill, Molly, Bill. Oh, Grover said to himself, there are so many children. Finally, it was Grover's turn. He stood up and shyly said, I'm Grover. I want to be friends with everybody. Okay, Grover has already socially isolated himself by standing up and saying, I want to be friends with everybody in a room full of strangers. They're already thinking some things. Look at the girl in the back row. You know what she's thinking. Psycho. Not playing with him. After they all said their names, Mr. Lester let them draw pictures. He passed out paper and boxes of old crayons. I can use my own new crayons, said Grover. He was very excited. Truman looked at Grover's crayons. Hey, Grover, said Truman, if you give me your crayons, I will give you my truck. So here's where the trouble begins, okay? Here's Truman. He's got this truck. Grover's got brand new crayons. He obviously looks conflicted about this. So what's he gonna do? What would you do? Grover looked at the toy truck. It was missing 3 wheels. So it was missing 75% of the parts that make it actually go. And Grover loved his new crayons. Oh dear, if I say no, Truman will not like me. So he gave his crayons to Truman and tried to play with the truck. Bumpity bump went the truck. It was not much fun. I would say it's not much fun, Grover. He traded his brand new awesome crayons for this truck that has 1 wheel. This is just the beginning. Soon Mr. Lester said, time for milk and cookies, but before you eat, you must clean up. Then Grover had an idea. You can eat right now, he said to the children. I, Grover the cleaner-upper, will put everything away. Thanks, Grover, they shouted. So here's Grover giving up snack time to put everything away. So it should come as no surprise to Grover when the next thing happens. Now I'll get my cookies, said Grover happily, but the cookies were gone. Oh no, we forgot to save a cookie for Grover. It's okay, I do not mind, said Grover sadly, but he did mind. Look, there he is. All the cookies are, there's that girl that's like, he was a little strange anyway. Soon it was time to play outside. I'll ask my new friends to play hopscotch, but they were already jumping rope. Grover did not want to turn the rope, but he said, okay. So being forced into this, there's jump roping going on, and here's Grover. He doesn't look very happy about it. Finally, it was time for lunch. Grover opened his lunchbox. Truman watched him. Here's Truman again. He's the guy with the truck. Truman, if you give me your jelly sandwich, I'll give you my bologna. Okay, said Grover, but he did not like bologna. And suddenly, the tears began rolling down Grover's furry face. Now, Truman, it has antisocial personality disorder. I mean, he knows that his sandwich is not better. He knows that his truck was not better than the crayons, but he kind of bullied Grover into thinking that they were. Why are you crying, Grover? Asked Molly. Because, cried Grover, I do not like this broken truck. I miss my crayons. I didn't get a cookie. I don't like jump rope, and I hate bologna. So here Grover, this is important to note. So he was bullied into all these situations, and this is his breaking point. And often days I feel like Grover. I can relate to this right here. It's not really a broken truck. Sometimes it's, things that I just didn't want to do during the day, and he's at a breaking point. So there he is having a meltdown. Grover cried and cried. I will cheer you up, said Molly. Do you want to play marbles? Grover stopped crying. Well, I like jacks better. I don't know how to play jacks, said Molly. Grover started to cry. Well, yeah. He knows how to play one thing. One person's talking to him. He's got a broken truck, a bologna. He's probably hungry. I mean, he didn't have a snack. He didn't have lunch. He's irrational. He hasn't eaten all day. But maybe you can teach me, Jack, said Molly. Oh, yes, I'm so happy to teach you. Molly got up to threesies, but then it was time to put the jacks away and learn to write. So there they are playing jacks together. Finally, someone who understands him. That was nice of her. Grover opened his new pencil box. What a neat pencil box, said Bill. Want to trade? Grover looked at Bill's pencil box and then at his own. He thought for a minute. No, I like mine better. Okay, said Bill, and he was not mad. Grover was so happy. Do you like jacks? Asked Grover. My favorite game, said Bill. Mine too, said Grover. So now, here's Bill. He wanted to trade. Look at Bill's pencil box. So it is the first day of school. I don't know if he dented it on the bus ride or if that was last year's pencil box. And look at Grover's. That looks like his 116-year-old mother used a Cricut to put the word pencils on it. Or pencil box, it says. And Bill wanted to trade, thinking that Grover would trade. I mean, I'm glad he didn't. But why would he think that? After school, Grover, Bill, and Molly played jacks. Then Grover ran home. I have 2 new friends, he told his mother. 2 new friends in one day? That's a lot. It sure is, says Grover. So this is the end, and that's how it ends. So Grover, that was his takeaway from the day. He was bullied. He's starving. His class, where was the teacher? Is this a swap meet or is this a kindergarten class? The kids apparently thought that they could trade their food and belongings all day and that was perfectly acceptable. And all of this happened and he came home and the only thing he said was that he had 2 new friends. So Grover's pretty desperate. I think junior high is going to be rough for Grover, especially since his mother will be 130 by then. So anyway, that was Grover Goes to School. I hope that everyone's distance learning is going well. I hope that you are staying healthy and most importantly, sane, very sane during this time. And we'll see you again tomorrow.